Hi Aquarius, welcome to your December 2020 reading. My name is Gemstone and I will be doing your reading. How are you doing today? How have you been? I got a download and the download was in reference to the length of time of my videos. It said if I reduce the time of my videos, the message will be better received. So I will be shortening my videos, and as a result, the structure of the video will be kind of different than they have been. What you can do is look to the description box. What I do before your reading is a pre-meditation. I do that to connect with your energy, or the energy of the Aquariuses that I'm connecting to, or at the moment currently connected to. And I will be using that space, or utilizing that space to put that message out there. So you can look to that for some added clarity if you feel called to. Also, I will be incorporating love readings onto this channel, so you can expect that towards the middle of the month. All right, Aquarius, we're going to get right into your reading. All right. So letting go. All right, let me do this so that you can see it. Letting go. Mourning, grief, this feel of guilt and shame. I should have done this. I should have done that. Interesting. With the moon coming out there. It's giving me the vibe of pessimism in a way, like not looking forward to the future. Not looking forward to the future. It feels contrary to your card, the Star. It feels contrary to that. It feels contrary to that. The Five of Pentacles. All messages are for Aquarius' highest good. What do they need to know for the month of December? Okay. Okay. I feel like this is you not listening to your intuition. You not trusting. You not trusting the process. This feels like a process. This feels like a process. It almost feels like a cycle. I wanted to say cycle. Maybe you have the cycle where you get into connections, because this feels like the morning of a connection. And this feels like a memory. This feels like a memory. So it feels like a cycle of getting into something, mourning the loss of said thing. But then there's also this feeling of romanticizing it with the Five of Cups. This is just what I'm feeling. It feels like the feeling of remembering it better than it was. And as a result, not having faith in the future, and also not trusting the process, not trusting what is guiding you, not trusting it. Yep, not listening to your intuition. Not listening to your intuition. I feel like whatever you're mourning, it's coming back. Whatever you're mourning is coming back. It feels like it's coming back. What's giving me that clarity is this card. And on top, just the whole vibe. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Sun. Yeah, it gives me this vibe of this is just right now. It feels like it's just right now. And even your view on right now is not as objective as it usually is. I feel like with the Cups, you're in your emotions and you're looking to the water. I feel like you're in your emotions right now. And maybe this is an uncomfortable space for you. And maybe what you're feeling here in terms of the pessimism is like, ugh, I will never get into my emotions again. Like I will never get back into that space again. And I feel like this is a reminiscing of a time. This feels like the reminiscing of a time. But the reason why I got the clarification that this is a cycle, like this is the end of a cycle, I find that a lot of signs right now are ending cycles. We're now in Sagittarius season. It could have been you wrap the cycle up in November, in Scorpio season, but I'm feeling this end of a cycle. And you are right here. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. It could have been during Scorpio season that this cycle got wrapped up for you. I'm feeling this end of a cycle. End of a cycle, the beginning of a new energy. And let's get some more insight, but this is the overall vibe that I'm feeling. Let's dive in a little bit more. I'm going to look at this deck. All messages are for Aquarius's highest good. What do they need to know for the month of December? As I shuffle the deck upside down. What do they need to know for the month of December? Aquarius. Got two at once. Interesting. Interesting. Yes, it's like the what I'm getting is you're meant to be alone right now. And it's so interesting because Leo, was it Leo that had a similar vibe? Yeah, you're reminiscing on a relationship. Okay, interesting. So right at this particular time, what I'm feeling is this is the overall vibe, and this is where you let me just get into it, because I feel like if I try to explain all these energies that I'm feeling too prematurely, it might not be understood. So we have major arcanas at the bottom of both decks. We have Strength and the Sun. Okay, so I feel this vibe of someone mourning something, and it feels like it is premature. Like it feels like this is, it may not even be done. It may not even be over, but I feel this feeling of mourning it, of grief. Maybe the relationship is not how it was before. Okay, maybe it wasn't how it was before, and this is you looking at all the details of how it's different. Like things are different right now. Things are different. And what I feel actually, in terms, I said that you're meant to be alone. I feel like you feel like that. I feel like this is this limiting belief. When you open yourself up emotionally to someone and it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, you resort to, no, I should have been by myself. Like, why did I open up? Like, why? This feeling of pessimism, this feeling of mistrust, of doubt. I feel like this energy here with you wanting to remove yourself. I think things are getting deep right now. And it has you reminiscing maybe on a possible time where you two connected, and it could have been during a time of transition for the both of you. But I feel that there is this sense of I wanted to say you love someone. You love someone. Okay, you love someone and you're uncomfortable about it. Whew, I feel so uncomfortable, like awkward. You know, when it's like, yeah, I like you, and then you punch the person, like that feels like what you would do. I like you, punch them. And there's a cycle that's being highlighted right now. A cycle, an ending of a cycle. And I feel like you're holding on to, you're conceptualizing it, you're intellectualizing it, you're adding a lot of logic to this, which is what's preventing the harmony of this transition. Regardless, the cycle is ending, regardless. But this is what's creating the discomfort, this doubt, this feeling of doubt. Feels very heavily related to this. It feels like doubt. I should have stayed in my space. I should have stayed distant and aloof and separate. But instead, I decided to mingle my energy. Why? Because I love this person. Why? Ew. Oh, I love them. Yuck. I feel like this is something that it could be even new to you. I love them? What? Oh. No, this can't be right. Something has to be wrong. I'm feeling this vibe. I do want to, okay, we're just going to go with it. I find myself always using this deck in an Aquarius reading. I'm just calling it the Aquarius deck. This is your deck, guys and gals, and everyone else. Everyone. This is your deck. I mean, no disrespect. All right, so what would be helpful for Aquarius to know on top of what they have before them? What would be helpful for them to know so that we're leaving them in a space? Yes, there's this feeling of you mourning something, but here you are finally, Finally, this gives me some hope. So there's you mourning something that's not done. And it's like, have faith. Have faith. Your message is, Aquarius, things are gonna change, okay? Things are moving. There's movement. Things are moving in the way that it needs to be moved. And I feel like maybe what prompted this was some form of information that was enlightening to you but disturbing your flow. And now that you know it, you can't unknow it, and you feel like it's going to change the dynamic of your relationship because it has. But I feel actually that you think it's a bad change, and you think versus you feel. You think it's a bad change, and that think is what's prompting your feeling. The Two of Swords, this indecision. And it's interesting because in the premeditation, so what I do is I premeditate. I get into my vibe, and I get into your vibe. I say Aquarius, Aquarius sometimes. I do whatever feels right. Anyway, so I write that up before I wrote that up before I came here, and I have the blurb that I'm going to post in your description box. And in your description box, it mentioned this decision between locking down a relationship or just mentally conceptualizing it, nurturing the idea of it before going after it. And I feel like this is you trying to have your way. I feel like this is you. I'm realizing that this is such a box. Like, I feel like you're trying to have your way, and this is just not the way. This is just not the way. It's not the way. It's not the way. It's not the way. It's a new way. Here, end of a cycle. It's a new way. And vulnerability is being asked of you, Aquarius. Yes, you are the one in charge. I feel like you are the one typically in control of this relationship. Or let me say that, yeah, I feel like you have some dominance here. And because things are not moving in the direction that you would like it to move, being you having the control that you usually have, I feel like that's what's creating this uncomfortability. It's more of insecurity. It feels like an insecurity. Like, should I, like, I don't know how they feel. Like, it just, like, it feels like that. So because you're in that space, you have written it off like, oh, this is not good. This is bad. I should just be by myself. I don't have trust in the future. Ew, feelings gross. But what I feel is happening is it's necessary. Clarity is going to come. And that movement forward, where is it? There's movement forward, Aquarius. I don't know where the card went, but yeah, where did the card just go? Oh, maybe it's here. No. Oh, it's under here. There it is. There's movement forward. There's movement forward. And it's going to bring you into a space of understanding. Just give it some time. That's what I feel. It just requires some time. Just take your time, and take your time in a space where you're grounded. They say that, I read this, or did I read it or watch it? It said that if you are feeling fear, and you want to know if it's fear or intuition, what you want to do is get into a state where you are calm, and when you get out of that state, see if that feeling is still there. If that feeling is still there, then it's said to be your intuition. If that feeling is gone, it is fear. And I feel like what you're feeling is fear, not intuition. So if you were to connect with your intuition, I feel like you would realize that this person, you like them, like you love them. And I feel like you would realize that you love that they love you too. They love you too. This is just a transition between your relationship. This is a transition, and it feels like it's getting deeper. And I feel like that's why you're in this space. It's getting deeper. You're more vulnerable than you usually are. So kudos to you. Congratulations for that. More vulnerability is required, because I feel like if you were to communicate how you're feeling right now, this would be well received. That's how I feel. Aquarius, I'm going to leave it here. This was your December 2020 reading. I will be doing a December 2020 love reading towards the middle of the month so that you can look forward to that. If you liked this video, please like it. If you enjoy this type of content, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you feel called to write in the comments something, go for it, please. We all encourage it. We'd love to know. All right. And you can start with how you're feeling. How are you feeling? All right. Aquarius, I'll see you in the middle of the month. Take care. And it's okay. It's okay to be in love. It's all right. It's okay to have feelings that are mushy feeling. Like it feels gushy and you feel exposed and vulnerable. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Take care.